present to you the Group 5 debate. For the affirmative side, comprises of Mr. Gabriel Sabreda, the first speaker. For the second speaker, Mr. Patrick Cruz. And the third speaker will be Mr. Daniel Santa.
Go.
While in negative side, comprises of Ms. Micaela Benosa, the first speaker. For the second speaker, Ms. Audrey Morales. And the third speaker will be Ms. Patricia Lazo. And now, for the criteria of judging, 50% for the idea, 20% overall impression, 10% delivery, 15% for the content of the idea, and 5% for the timekeeping, for the total of 100%. For our rules, the first rule, the speakers should be formal. Second, the speakers should have facts to prove their side. Third, teams should respect the both sides. And last, the speakers must not exceed at the given time. For our proposition topic, should teenagers be engaged in intimate relationship while studying? Okay, we may proceed the opinion of each side. For the negative side, the first speaker, Ms. Micaela Benosa.
Teenage life is a stage where, as what they've said, the stage in which we must enjoy our lives because this is the most wanted part of it. So as a part of this stage, being in a relationship is a priority too for some teenagers. For them, they all believe that it is a big part of their teenage lives. But in this stage also, it's not just having fun, but it is more facing responsibilities. This is the stage where we must prepare ourselves for bigger responsibilities and challenges that we have to encounter in the latter part of our lives. In short, this is the preparatory stage for adulthood. I want to say that teenage relationship is more of the times a hindrance to acquire or to have a total happiness. Having in a relationship with somebody else is not a basis of having fun. It hinders teenagers to do or prioritize other things that are more valuable than this. Education is one. They say that if you're in a relationship, you are inspired and motivated. But for me, it has no sense. It will more likely affect our studies. In real life situation like this, it's not really an inspiration but a way for us to not have good grades. Most of the teenagers nowadays prioritize relationships than their studies, where in fact, studies are more important than this relationship. It's not the right time for this because as of now, we must prepare for our real life. That's why there are many cases of teenage pregnancies and marriages that results to unwanted ones. I highly doubt that teenagers who are looking for love are just surrounded by temptations. They will be in a relationship because they want to fit in. According to science, our brains are not fully developed until we reach the age of 25. Therefore, teenagers have limited understandings on what a relationship really is. It is said that we teenagers change over time as our brains mature and develop. We teenagers are not matured enough for a relationship. It is a lot to handle. And teenagers don't have enough knowledge for this stage. Most relationships only last for short periods of time. This is because of their unpreparedness for handling a relationship. So, why do we need to be in a relationship while studying?
Okay. For the affirmative side, you may send your statement against the negative side.
We in the affirmative side raise this proposal that we should engage in intimate relationships during studies. What do we mean by intimate relationship? Intimate relationship means that you're closely acquainted, familiar, or as we say, a very close friend. To rebuttal the first speaker of the negative side, I can say that the intimate relationships can serve as an inspiration towards your studies and as well as your self-esteem. This produces good thoughts and peaceful mind which results to good studying habits. We say that having an inspiration can help you in your studies just simply because it makes your brain work effectively in a way that it makes studying easier for you. And it makes you smile a lot, which improves your personality and approach to your studies. This can be your motivation to your studies, to study properly and get good grades. Because inspiration is very helpful to students. Thus, I can say that we should engage in an intimate relationship so we can improve our grades and strive for excellence. Secondly, they can support you. For instance, if you fail in an exam, they are there to help you pass the next exam by teaching you the things that you don't know. You can help each other in your quizzes and in case you have projects or assignments.
Okay, now we may proceed to the second speaker of affirmative side to hear her opinion about the topic.
Do you really know what intimacy means? Intimacy means state of being intimate. Intimate is to say or suggest in an indicate way or involving sex or sexual relations. Half of all teens surveyed by Teenage Research Unlimited reported that they have been in a dating relationship and almost one-third of them said they have been in a serious relationship. Many teenagers said that they have been in a relationship, they don't have more time for their family. So that means it also affects their studying time. Basically, if a teenager is in a relationship, his or her time is not equally divided to his or her family and to the task he do. Because they always want to be with their partner's company. They can set aside everything for their relationship even though it is against their family or it is against the will of their parents. Good example is having sex without marriage, which can lead to many problems like early pregnancy, commit diseases, crimes, being out of school youth, and many more. They say sex is for fun or for experience and also caused by peer pressure. But it has a high risk for teenagers that is in a relationship. According to Suller and Trapp and Flanagan, almost one-third of sexually active girls have been reported pregnant. And according to Center of Health and Healthcare in Schools, 1 out of 2 sexually active teenagers can accept to become infected with an STD or sexually transmitted disease by the age of 25. Crime is also involved in this situation because the rate of the students without school due to intimate relationship is very high. Because of lack of information and due to the needs for their family, they are forced to commit crimes. And on the worst case scenario, teenagers can be abused. Based on Teenage Research Unlimited, 61 of majority of teens who have been in an intimate relationship reported that their partner has made them feel bad or embarrassed about themselves. And 30% of the 61% have worried about their physically being hurt by their partners. And the 15% of the 30% have been hit, slapped, or pushed by their partners. For a short period of fun, the consequences are for long-lasting. Everything can happen just from an intimate relationship. After realizing your mistakes, you will be thinking many questions like, why did I listen to my parents? Or why did I set aside my priorities for a relationship not worth it? So why be in a relationship in a wrong time? There will always be a time for everything, right? Being in an intimate relationship while being in a teenager is not for forever because we will change and it is the time we set our minds to a straight and bright future. And an intimate relationship wouldn't help our decision making. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Audrey Morales, for that statement. Now, for the affirmative side, the second speaker, Mr. Patrick Cruz, you may say your opinion.
The first speaker already stated what's the meaning of intimate. So we don't have to state it again because it's already stated very clear. Yes, there is a right time for everything. But if you want something, you do everything for it. You can engage in intimate relationship while studying. You just need to be responsible while you are in a relationship. Yes, there are so many teenage girls who are pregnant, but they can still continue their studies while they are studying. All people commit mistakes. We just need to learn from it. It's not the end of the world for them. And if we love each other, you need to respect each other. Then, if you are a responsible person and you respect each other, so you can avoid all the negative things while you are in a intimate relationship.
Now, we are in the last of the debate. For the summarization of both sides, will be summarized of the third speaker. For the affirmative side, Miss Patricia Lasso.
Okay, it is obvious that the argument is going well. We have a strong hold to our heart, and that's because according to our first speaker, teenage life was a stage that we enjoy our lives. Being in a relationship is not having fun. In teenage life, it is on facing responsibilities. It is only for the preparation for being responsible and for the changes in the later part of our lives. And being in a relationship only hinders our lives to acquire or to have a total happiness. It is not the best of having fun. It only affects the studies or the things that we're going through, which we must give time and effort, which we can do while we're in an intimate relationship. Studying, it is not the right time by the speaker, but it is said that in relationship only causes the teenagers, especially for girls, being pregnant. It is result unwanted lives that now our teenagers must be the pag-asa ng bayan, but instead the teenagers became pasanin ng bayan because of an intimate relationship. Intimate relationship is just a temptation. The people or the teenager only want to be fit in society, not in love. And according to studies, brains not develop in at least 25 years old. Therefore, we as a teenager are not totally ready for the relationship, especially while studying. And the people who engage in an early intimate relationship is not forever relationship because of the unpreparedness of handling a relationship. And according to our speaker too, according to Furman University 2002, young people spend great time thinking and talking about relationships, especially teenagers. 15 to 19 years old want to be with their partner, but according by Berman Schaffer, her time is not equally divided to their studies and family because they want to be with their partners. Intimate relationship involves sex and having sex without marriage only causes early pregnancy, diseases, crimes, being without school youth. Sulentrop and Flanagan said almost 1/3 of sexually active girls have been reported pregnant. And the affirmative side argued that with us, that they say that pregnant can still continue their study. Well, why can they continue continue their study while they have big womb, right? So that's very disagreeable. Relationship can be abused. Reported by teenager research, unlimited 61% of majority of teens who have been in an intimate relationship reported that their partners has made them feel bad or embarrassed, and 30% is about the physical hurt by their partners. And it is said that short period of fun may causes everlasting consequences. Everything can happen in an intimate relationship, and all of that facts is undisturbance or hindrances in study, especially for teenagers. So why we must win this debate? Because in all cases, it is obvious that being an intimate relationship only gives harm or disadvantages to the teenager who's in an intimate relationship while studying. Even the affirmative side say that it is for motivation. We all know that we can be motivated in other ways, in other people, like our friends, like our God, and our parents who work hard for us to study and have a good life and meet the right guy or girl in the right time. That's why we must win this debate, because as a single person that knows the right things, right and wrong things, I can say that being in an intimate relationship while studying will only ruin the life of an individual while studying.
Thank you, Ms. Patricia Lasso. And now, we may proceed to the affirmative side for the third speaker, Mr. Daniel Santaan.
So to conclude all that has been said in the affirmative side of the debate on the proposition that we should we engage in intimate relationships while studying. I affirm this because conclude all that I've said. The first speaker said that being in an intimate relationship will be an inspiration or motivation to you, to help you study, to make you inspired while studying. And if you have a test, they will help you if you fail. So they can help you pass the exam next time. And it brings smile to your face. And the second speaker said that if you have an intimate relationship, you can still do anything that you want, because being in an intimate relationship doesn't mean that you're only thinking of the one that you have a relationship with, right? You also have time for studying. We're in college, so time management is key, and for students today, I know, in my opinion, they always prioritize study before relationships. And intimate relationships provide motivation. In addition to that, people in committed relationships or intimate relationship has less production of stress hormones. Stress hormones like cortisol, according to Dario Maslepier, a researcher from the University of Chicago. And 94% of undergraduate students have been involved in intimate relationships, according to David Knox and Caroline Scott. So I can conclude that most of these people who have been in intimate relationship must have experienced the pain and also the good side of intimate relationships. And adolescent romantic relationships can also provide a training around the youth to develop their interpersonal skills through their dating relationships. Adolescents often refine their communication and negotiation skills, develop empathy, and learn how to maintain intimate relationships. So in this case, if you have intimate relationships, you can develop your sense of communication to others, and you can learn how to create intimate relationships, not to the point where you're so close to sexually engaged relationships, but just close relationships. So I include that we must win this debate, because intimate relationships doesn't mean that you're just doing something or just doing intimate relationship with your partner. It's not that. You have time for relationships. You have time for your boyfriend or girlfriend. You still have time and you must prioritize study first. So